What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by. I am BH the Uncivilized, and this is going to be a relook at the film Inglorious Basterds. Now, this will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen it already, then you may want to do that first and then come back to this video afterwards and let me know what you think then. In fact, if you haven't seen it, then you might want to check out my non-spoiler review of the film to give you an idea if it's something that you want to spend some time on. Now, the question I got was, does Hans Landa represent the devil? And the reason for this was during the opening scene with Mr. there was a shot with the crucifix in the background, and due to the perspective with Mr. it appears to be just by his forehead. A little bit later on, we see another shot with Hans Landa where there's a shelf in the background with some bottles on it, and with the perspective in this angle, it looks like the bottles are just above his head, making it look like they're supposed to be devil horns. So is Hans Landa supposed to be representative of the devil? And that's what I'm going to try and answer now. Now, for clarity, this isn't to say that Hans Landa is Satan, but more looking at is he's supposed to be a metaphor for Satan. Now, Hans Landa is definitely the main antagonist of the film. He is the bad guy, so that much we can be clear on. But that does not in and of itself mean that he's supposed to represent the devil. So first, let's consider the characteristics of Satan. Now, this would vary slightly from one religion to another, but generally, Satan is considered to be the Lord of Darkness and all evil deeds. Now, comparing that to Landa, he uses his reputation to intimidate. He orders the killings of the Dreyfus family, he kills Bridget von Hammersmark, and then finally he betrays his boss. So he's conniving, he's malicious, he's selfish. These are also traits that are associated with Satan. But again, he is supposed to be the bad guy, so he's supposed to do bad things. So this doesn't necessarily mean that he's supposed to be representative of the devil. So let's look a little bit further and look at Satan's story. Now, this is also something that's going to vary slightly from one religion to another, but a general story is that Lucifer was created by God, as was the earth, planets, universe, and all living things. But after God created Adam and told the creations to bow down, they all did except Lucifer. Lucifer refused. This displeased God. Words were exchanged, and then Lucifer was banished. Now, comparing that to Landa, he was never one of the good guys to begin with, so there's no real correspondence in this story other than they're both bad guys. In this case, I don't think the evidence is strong enough to mean that Landa is supposed to be a metaphor for the devil. Going back to the bottles and the cross, the film is set in Nazi-occupied France, where Jews were systematically being abducted from their homes, thus the Dreyfus is hiding. So to have a symbol in the home that's affiliated with Christianity is either an act of faith or a way of further convincing the Nazi soldiers that they're not Jewish, or both. And with the bottles above Landa's head, there were actually 3 bottles, whereas the usual depictions of Satan would be 2 horns. However, I do think there is a religious connotation with the film involving Aldo Rain, or perhaps we should say, the Angel of Death. Now consider, if you will, that we never actually see the bastard's boss. Even when Landa is speaking to him on the radio, we don't actually hear his voice. The only time we, the audience, hear the wolf speak is when he's speaking directly to Aldo Rain. There's also the fact that Rain is known by his nickname, Aldo the Apache, and his deeds are known throughout as if he is the stuff of legends. And when we look at Rain's pep talk to the bastards in the 2nd chapter, we will be cruel to the Germans, and through our cruelty, they will know who we are. Not only is this a very poetic sentence, but it's very similar to a Bible passage which just so happened to be used in another Tarantino movie. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. So to conclude, I don't think Landa is supposed to be the devil, but I do think there is at least one religious metaphor in the film. Now let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you think there's something that I've missed. If you liked this video, then please show the like and share button some love. Be sure to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel as well if you haven't already. And if you have any questions about films, video games, just life in general, then let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. But that is all for now. So thank you for watching, and until next time, upon the telegram.